guys, I think I'm live. What's up guys? It's me, it's Will, and I'm back with another live stream. I hope my levels are okay. In this particular video, in this particular stream, I'm going to be tapering off what I've been doing the past couple days. I'm going to be live streaming my Telefy project, which is a Telegram bot online shopping API that I'm building using C# and UWP particularly. Yesterday we were on live stream 2, which actually should be 3, but I kind of merged the two notes, so technically we're on live stream number 4 today. And today's going to be quite interesting. I made a bunch of notes. Oh, sorry guys, it's off screen. Let me just drag my notepad. I was scrolling off screen. It's gonna be this stream is gonna be really chilled, guys. Just gonna be kind of coding and chatting about my work and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a good stream. So today, well, let's start with a summary of yesterday. Yesterday's I streamed twice, and I sort of left it off at what were we doing? We did some rejigging of the Telegram authentication workflow. So what I tried to do was to decouple my UI logic with the API logic essentially, and I'm really trying to simplify things. So I really want my API logic to be classes rather than DLLs, dynamic link libraries. And the reason for this is that at this stage of such a large scale project like Telefy, I really want an MVP as soon as possible. Excuse me. And so as a result, just building straight up classes that invoke, well, classes where I can invoke functionality, almost like an interface. But I'm not using interfaces right now, I'm using just pure classes. It's just faster for me. So where we got up to, I'm going to taper off from yesterday's stream. So where we got up to is that I wanted to do a registration feature for developers. So if a developer logs into Telefy, then a developer should be able to register a username, password, and log in via a bot token. The thing is, I was using a file picker, which isn't the best thing. I was getting some kind of not undefined, but some kind of COM error that wasn't coming up on my exception handling, trace. So I'm going to use a different API, a slightly different class in this file storage API. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to use this. Let's see, writing to a file. I'm going to use, this is what I should have used, but because of time, I didn't really get that. So I'm going to put this on the right. I'm going to put this browser window on the right. And we're going to try and do file storage such that when a developer, oh, I spilled my coffee. Oops, sorry guys. I got very distracted. Oh my days, my coffee spilled off screen. Anyway, whatever. Sip my coffee. So guys, what I'm trying to say here about the file storage is that I'm going to use this API, this class, to hopefully use XML or text files to store my data rather than like databases via SQL, just for the sake of MVP and stuff. So without much further ado, let's get straight into this. This is going to be a really chill stream, guys. As anyone who stuck around can ascertain from my other previous streams. No scripts here, just my notes, documentation, and Visual Studio. I'm just an average traditional coder, Just use my documentation, my code. Anyway, alright, where was I? Okay, so this is where I went wrong. File safe picker. This is not really necessary, but the concept is similar. So I need to invoke Windows storage. Let me just analyze what I'm doing there before I start typing. Oh my gosh. Windows storage folder. It's assigned current local folder. So what this does, I'll start typing now. Oh my gosh, my mouse is acting up. So Windows. I don't have the namespaces. Yeah, I do. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful 9:17 in the morning in the United Kingdom. I'm in Southeast England. Where are you guys tuning in from? Leave a comment, or if you're on the live chat, feel free to chat. I'll try to check my chat here, and I'm really bad at checking the chat. Windows storage. Ooh, what happened? I really hope I didn't just lock up my Visual Studio. Sometimes that happens. Oh, I did something here. Why is it? Oh, that's weird. Interesting stuff. Sorry guys, I'm gonna just do a bit of kind of off-screen housekeeping. I'm gonna put my dashboard off screen so I can check the live chat at the same time without having to switch focus. Sorry guys, give me a second. Just go back to that's my Instagram. Zoom out that. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just organizing my left monitor. Oh, the sky is awesome right now. It looks like an ocean, the sky. Wow. My window is just like in front of me. Okay, storage folder, Windows, storage. So what I'm doing here is that I'm targeting a local folder, and the local folder is actually a hidden directory. I wish I could show you guys, but I forgot how to expose it. But there's a few secrets on Windows, like Microsoft Windows Explorer. One of them is a secret directory, and the secret directory is where all your meta files are saved for UWP projects. So we can access that via local folder, right? And then we can store all our metadata here, which is quite handy because users average users, should I say? I say average with all due respect. Non-developers, should I say, maybe who are using Telefy won't be able to access this folder. Well, typically without much investment, should I say. So you need to kind of look for the folder. You have to expose it in your settings. Anyway, so we're targeting this local folder, which is actually local to this app. And I'll continue just based on what I'm seeing on the documentation. Guys, I hope the resolution's okay. I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit. I should be recording at 1080p, 60 frames. File path. The name or path of the file. Wait. Hold on. Did I just do the wrong thing? get file. Oh, so I need to target the file. I'm guessing. Let me see. Target the file. There's a neat feature where I can have the text speak out on the browser. Anyway, how's disk? I need to create the file first, though. Storage. This comment. I'm just trying to make sense of this. So what am I actually doing? Let me just analyze these lines of code. So targeting my local folder, my storage folder, sample file. So this is a file basically, and I'm getting the file. Oh gosh. Just use a little bit slow. Let me just see what is there any other functions here? Yeah, there's a lot. So there's get file. Is that like create file? Yeah, create file async. Let me try that. And then if this file is null, then I can create. If the file is not null, then I can get my file, I guess. So what's this file path? Desired name. So I'll just keep things quite simple, hopefully. I'll just be like developer credentials, because it's like login details. And options, creation of the file, collision options, I suppose. Let's see if I can just construct this straight in. Okay, so I've created a file called developer credentials. I'm going to put a file extension there just in case. I don't need this so much. This was for the file picker stuff, but I'll get there. Alright, so now I want to write to my new file. I guess if I, anyway, don't know. I'm going to say creating a file will probably overwrite the old file anyway. So await keyword. So I'm using asynchronicity here. So I'm writing to my text file. And yeah, now I want to pass my username, password, file path. Because I'm building an API, everything has to be provided. So the file path is here. Oh, okay, I don't need this actually. Don't need that. No, I don't think so. I'll just say username plus, and I'll put like a delimiting text over there. And I'll do plus password. Probably don't need this file path parameter. So anytime I hit delimit, I know there's like two different values here. Login details text files. So I don't really need this. Okay, so this is register my login details. Hopefully this is correct. And to log in, I need to verify the developer provided username, my credentials essentially, if I'm logging into Telefy, against what's stored in this text file, which I've named developer credentials.txt. So let's look at the API documentation on the right, and I'm gonna look for how to read to a file. Should be here somewhere. Reading from file, cool. It's quite similar. If login credentials, string login credentials. Wait, oh, is that it? Login credentials. Okay, this is cool. So what I can do. What is the file? What is the type of that iStorage file? I can put my sample file in global scope. See if this works. I wrote some of this yesterday, some of this code. So now my file is the file stored in memory. My credentials file is in global scope. That should be at the top actually. Let me see. Yes, over there. Nullable, non-null value, required modifier. This feels nullable. I'll put it as nullable for now, just in case. Okay, so now my file after the registration is done. So the thing is, the snag here is that I have to register before I log in all the time. Otherwise, I need to facilitate for my login, like looking for my file via some function so that I can log in without having to register. But for now, I just want to see what happens. So I saved my login credentials, and if login credentials is reading from the file, so if the file contains a username using the contains function, which you get from like string values or string variables. So if my credentials file contains my username, which I provide here, and my password, then I log into Telefy, right? Debug text is assigned to login verification successful, and I can plug this into my I can plug this text into my monitor, my debug monitor. So let me see. If I go back to my main page, where am I calling login? There's a parameter here. Get rid of my string parameter at the end. Here's my login. Login. And after I log in, I want to update my debug monitor. Debugging monitor text block. Text. Telephone. Telephone core. Debug text, which should be updated by this time. Okay. So try catch login and then try catch authenticate. So this is kind of two-step. The login process is two-step. I need to provide my bot token and my username, password credentials. I don't want to overwrite my monitor. I want to keep it as a log. So I'm gonna have to always do like this so that I is that right? Or I might have to is there like an append function? If there's an append function, I can use that. Yeah, there is. Like this. This will be the easiest way to deal with this. It does not take string. Because with append, it just means I can concatenate new string values all the time. Text is not null here. What did I do wrong? That's super strange. Forget that. Okay, forget that. Sorry guys. I'll just leave it as is. I haven't used that function yet, so I'm not sure. I could just refresh the text in that, but I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is just add new lines. Just for now. See how it looks. Do like that. Okay, I'm going to test out my login feature. Hopefully it works. I'm not sure. So I'm just booting up UWP. Oops. UWP tends to take a minute or two to load, maybe like a few seconds. My laptop is a little bit underpowered, but it's fine. Alright, so where are we? So guys, after I sort out this login feature, like this proof of concept, I suppose, obviously when I'm shipping, it's not going to be this simplistic, my login feature. It's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be like probably quite secure. Many ways I can go about security. That's a whole world in itself, security. But this is just proof of concept level MVP stuff. RAD, rapid application development stuff, you know? So the main bulk of this agenda, this live stream, is actually to build my chatbot prompt feature. So while we're waiting for UWP to load, which UWP should come up any second now, I want to draw you guys' attention. I want to draw focus towards my prompt feature, which I'm going to start coding today. So basically, as the UWP shows, I'll show you the user interface. I want a feature whereby I can prompt what I want Telefy to do, right? So I'm kind of trying to merge the idea of traditional coding via the API itself, the classes, which C# developers can use. But say you're a Python developer and you don't want to use C#, well, Telefy has your back, because then you can just use the prompt feature to code, right? You know, a bit of a trade-off. What's going on? Basically, guys, every time I prompt, each keyword or tag, as I've kind of dubbed tag for keywords in my app, has a value, and I'm indexing them. So the tags are stored in a collection or list, and inherently each keyword will have a value by index, 0, 1, and then other indexing, such and so forth. So if I write a prompt like this: "Hi Telefy, please build a customer journey for me to troubleshoot an order not working," what should essentially happen is that Telefy will then scan through this text. It will be two-step for now. So step one is scanning for values. So, "Hi Telefy, blah 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 blah." If Telefy finds the word customer and order, then and not working, then we can assume the values are 0, 1, 2, and 3 in this example. And then Telefy would then prompt me, if I'm asking Telefy to prompt for me. If I ask Telefy to build a customer journey, Telefy would then say, "Okay, what are the parameters? What do you want for your customer journey?" That's what should happen ideally. And then in this case, Telefy would not be scanning for values, but Telefy would be scanning for parameters, right? And why is this? Because functions take parameters, particularly. Like generally speaking, functions take parameters, right? So if I have, let's say there's a list of parameters of some number, some amount. So I have like a list of delegate types, and by delegate I mean like a function stored as variables. So like function 1, such and so forth. What functions do I invoke and what parameters are passed? Well, because of my prompt search, my prompt keyword scan, I know, okay, I want, say, and this is where I have to be quite kind of creative, because I have these numerical values representing keywords. There's different ways. I'm going to do some research into the algorithmic approach, see if there's any good standards out there. But the question I have is there a way? Man, my app is taking a while. Is there a way and I'll probably do an AI search for this, but is there a way that I can use these values to ascertain the necessary functions needed and the parameters thereof these functions, right? probably come down to AI search to look for that correct algorithm. Because I don't want to come up with stuff myself. I want to kind of like use what's already proven, like in terms of algorithmic approach. Um, so this is going to be the bulk of today. If I can get login and registration details out the way for developers. Oh, and this is quite important. So the key here is that Telefy needs to learn via training, like how to look up keywords, right? If I go back to my search example for like here, Telefy doesn't really have any context at the first iteration of this search. Um, so Telefy will be doing the scanning manually, right? So like these values, customer order, for example, will then ideally I will store these values and parameters in a XML schema. And what should happen before a scan has even happened is that Telefy needs to look at my stored XML schema for all the previous search branches that has happened. And then if any of the branches pertain to what's being searched, then I already have a result that I know, right? And that's how that's how artificial intelligence gets smarter, right? When you look at it like that, it's about training, learning, and predicting with these, so what am I trying to say? Um, that's a non-linear approach to teaching a computer how to think, isn't it? All right, so we're here. I'll grab some coffee. Bear with me. Okay, so username. Let's just say, for example, I say Wills. My password, I'll say QWERTY because I like QWERTY. Let me go. I need a bot token. Excuse me, guys. Good. Okay, I'm off screen. Just get my Telegram up so I can get a bot token. Paste in my bot token. Now let's see what happens. Do I need? Well, I have my debug monitor. I was gonna breakpoint, but now I'm gonna actually use my debug monitor so I can debug without having to use Visual Studio debugging. It's just a quick and easy way for me to debug without actually debugging. Let's see if it works. Register. Cool. So guys, look at that. Developer credentials registered successfully. I only reach this text when my two-step registration is successful. So I'll go back to Telefy core class. So this login verification successful only happens. Oh, sorry, no. Registration. Where is it? Yeah. Wait, one second. Developer credentials registered successfully. Where's that? I don't even know where it's written. It's here. So if register login details is successful, then obviously I get to this stage. So this is really good. This is a good sign so far. So somewhere in my local folder directory, I have an XML file or a text file which has my username and password stored. Pretty cool, huh? So now I want to attempt to log in. So this should update hopefully. Let's give it a try. Looks like I hit a snag. Let's see what's going on. Maybe I've got like a null variable or something. Invalid pointer. Oh my gosh. I think I know what's going on. Let me see. So I'm just off screen. Right. Yeah, I didn't do I skipped some steps. Login credentials. So if I go back to my MSDN documentation, it's this one. I didn't even add this stuff. I thought I didn't need it, but obviously I do. Because I need to target my local folder, right? Which is strange, but it is what it is. Windows storage folder. Try and get this written up. Storage folder assigned to Windows. And I think the name of my file is developer credentials.txt. I'll do it like that for now. Just hard code. Login credentials. Sample file. I should use sample file instead. I think that's why my pointer was getting messed up in my app. Because I'm streaming here, when I say stream, I'm talking about the app, like UWP, not like what I'm doing with YouTube. I mean, I'm streaming from memory, so doing this global scope stuff is a bit sketchy, I think. Okay, I'm gonna try again. So I'm gonna open with debugging. I'm gonna go off screen and just grab my bot token. Token. I'm just going to use UWP to load. Guys, right now I am, excuse me, I'm piloting my Learn C# masterclass. As always, I'll just explain this. I'm piloting my Learn C# masterclass. So for any of you guys that want to, learn the fundamentals of .NET C#, you want to write your own apps and games, I am piloting my live workshop series. It's a live comprehensive set of workshops where I run the ropes with you guys with .NET C#. You can register your interest. You can purchase the course straight away. But I would advise you guys, I would suggest, the best thing to do is just DM me first. Because I want to tailor your experience, right? So if you DM me on LinkedIn or on Telegram, I have my credentials down on the notepad. Where's it gone? Not this notepad, the other one. Oh, this one. No. Sorry guys, and my computer's slagging. Oh boy. Sorry guys. Let me just adjust the screen. I really don't like my toolbar that thick, like it's better. So yeah, that's my LinkedIn, William Teddy-Jimoh, and that's my Telegram username. give me a shout and let me know what you're looking for, what you want, and we can tailor a course. I can tailor a course for you guys. I also freelance as well. I have to update my Fiverr because Fiverr did an update whereby I need to like re-verify my ID, which is a bit of re-verifying my ID is a bit long, so I need to get down to that. So you can catch me on Fiverr. I might leave a link in the description. Otherwise, just use LinkedIn. I freelance via LinkedIn as well. Okay, so let's just say username is Wills again. Password QWERTY. Pass my bot token, and I'm gonna hit register. Developer credentials register successfully. That's cool. If I had access to my local folder, then I could show you guys the XML file. I'm not sure if I can get it up. I forgot how to do it. Let me go off screen quickly. Is there a way? I have to like hit settings, but I don't want to. Oh boy, what have I done? Anyway, sorry guys. I hit refresh on my file explorer on my desktop. Anyway, so let me try to log it in and see what happens. Let's see if it works. Oh, see, it worked. So developer credentials login successful. Awesome. So yeah, it was just a matter of the file storage streaming. I had messed up at first. But yeah, so I'm gonna cross out UWP. So adjust this a little bit. And we've kind of cleared the easy part, which is the login stuff. So logging in is just essentially reading from. So if this if condition is cleared, so I'm checking my past username against the text files in login credentials, which is from, as you can see, Windows Storage File IO reading from my sample file. Then I get this debug message: login verification successful. So that's how I know we logged in successfully. Fun, isn't it? Alright guys, so let's get to the main bulk of this stream. Don't know how long it's gonna take, but let's just see. So I need to start building my chatbot prompt feature. It's gonna be very fun. How can I implement this? I'm considering like, if I start at user interface, I always like starting at user interface level, but I kind of want to start implementation. But obviously for testing purposes, we need UI, right? So maybe I'll start with a XAML. So let's get to the arty stuff now, I suppose. So I'm going to my XAML file, and we're going to just build a simple UI for prompting. Okay, sweet. So this is my XAML for like my login splash page. I'm gonna use another view box. I really like scripting XAML straight. I don't really like using the design view. It just doesn't make sense to me anymore. So view box. I have a simple stack panel. And then in my stack panel, I'm just gonna have like a field. I'm gonna have a text box. And give my text box a name. I'll say prompt text box. My text box have dimensions. Height, let's say 90. Width, I say 900. Font size, 20. Above my text box, I'll just put like a prompt in the sense of like a message, so developers know what to do on this page. So I'll be like text block, and I'll just straight up say text, and it'll be like a message: please prompt a feature for Telefy here. Let's see, font size, be like 40. Alright. And I suppose I have a button. I could use a core window API. If I use core window API, then I can just press enter on the screen. But I'm gonna use a button for now. Name, I'll just say prompt confirm button. Height 90. In terms of like the design, like the user interface design, how my UI looks, I like going for like minimalistic black, white, gray, white color schemes. I don't really know color theory that well, so I don't really go wild on color schemes. I'll just go light theme or maybe a dark theme if I'm feeling adventurous, or dark theme. I'll go 900 for width. That's why I stick to like default colors here. So I've got a text block, I've got a text box, and I've got a button. Cool. Let me put a spacing text block here. So spacing text block. Text block. And I just give this like a random text block a height of like 20, just to separate the top two controls of the button. Okay. That's how I like to write my XAML. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna give this viewbox a name. I'll say prompt viewbox, and the visibility will be collapsed for my viewbox. Prompt viewbox. So after I log in, I want to switch my view. It was the login feature. Where's my login function? Do I get credentials? So be like prompt viewbox dot visibility. I'll make my viewbox visible. And then I'll make my original viewbox. I'll actually hide the first viewbox. So I'll give this viewbox a name. I'll be like login viewbox. I put that in the wrong place. I prefer to put that at the start. So visibility. Sorry guys. Okay guys, so let's test the UI. I was gonna run without debugging. Why not? See what happens. I'll run without debugging because hopefully my UWP app will just load quickly. Got a few warnings here. Non-nullable. I can put a nullable operation, which is question mark, on my class declaration on my Telefy core API, my Telefy core class. There's like two variables there that I need to nullify. Well, not nullify my variable, but to declare my declare. I don't even know what the variables are. What are they? It doesn't say. I have to check it later. Let me check now actually. I don't know which ones they are. What lines? 20 and 21. I thought so. So I can just declare these as nullable. But after my app is loaded. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, we're doing all right for time. Um, then it's going to be quite a fun challenge for the prompt feature. I could, let me see. My tags dictionary. So okay, so guys, this class, I actually wanted this class to hold all my keywords. So like a database of keywords pertaining towards building Telefy features and stuff. Telefy features. So let's say customer journey, right? So I could have here customer journey as tags stored in a list of string. I can use like a lookup algorithm to look up the values of the variable stored via the index. I'll be using the indexes as values. Although I'm sure there's probably a way that I can have discrete values so that I can kind of search for relevance. I don't know. So Wills, I'll attempt to log in. Let me get my Telegram bot token. Password QWERTY. I'll pass my bot token. I'll register. Developer credentials register successfully. Now I'm going to log in. There we go. Please prompt a feature for Telefy here. Telefy, no, yeah, okay. So I could be like, as an example, hi Telefy, please. And I make it so simple. I'll be like, I don't know, hi Telefy, please list. And this is the challenge here. Prompting for Telefy could be broad. So I want to narrow things down. This is where I want to sort of take the beauty of prompt development and implement the, should I say, with all due respect, the restrictions of traditional coding, right? And merge the two. So that's why I'm using like two-step for this. So if I say something like, at this level, I could have a note here that says, please list what features I want to prompt. It could be customer journey, so then I'll be prompted to be like, okay, hi Telefy, please list me, or rather, please display a list of features I could use to help you build a customer journey, something like that. And I click it, and then Telefy should actually, the UI, what I would really like to do is to implement almost like ChatGPT or Copilot. Then I have like all the results coming down with what I can do next, and then I can start prompting. So then I can be like, okay, what features do I have? I'll use the notepad. Make some notes here. Sorry guys. So I could be like, where am I? So I'm prompting, say, and then I could be like, I don't know, example Telefy features. And I could be like, I don't know. It depends on the API. So it depends on what I can do on the Telegram bot API, which is a lot. So I could be like, send Telegram messages to users. And what I want to do is kind of have one feature invoked at one time. So it's like Lego, isn't it? You know, one feature is one block. Another feature is another block, right? I don't want to have like two features as one block. That might be a little bit hard to deal with. So I can send Telegram messages to users. What else? I can send, let's say, multimedia to Telegram users. Let's keep it simple. Let's just say like these two. So then let's just say Telefy then tells me, okay, hi Will, I can send Telegram messages to users, or I can send multimedia to Telegram users, and then I can taper off on this. Telefy can taper off saying like, would I like Telefy to implement this function? I could say, I could say to Telefy, hi Telefy, please implement, let's say, oh, that's my bot token, guys. Yeah, oh, that was my bot token. I pasted it in. Um, anyway, yeah. So it's all about like prompt scripting at this point. So what I want to do is kind of build the algorithm behind all this, the logic, and this. I don't think it will take one stream workshop. Let me just say. I think it's going to take a while, but we're going to get started. I'm going to jump straight back to my XAML because I want to put text on my button, and I want to create an event for my button as well. So content confirm prompt, and then I have event, click event. New event handler. That's it. So now I have prompt confirm button click. So again, this is all this class is mainly like UI logic dealing stuff. I'm just calling functions from my Telefy core class, essentially here with the way I'm building this. So prompt confirm button underscore click. I'll write a comment. So I'm gonna say like process user, or say developer provided prompt. Now this is where I have to be creative. So guys, I'm going to do something fun here. I'm going to open up my Copilot session. I can find the right window. Do I have Copilot up? I don't think so. Oh, where's my AI search? I have Copilot on the side, but I don't like using that. I like going straight to Bing. Because I get the full screen Copilot. Oh goodness me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's this. Okay, here we go. I really like this. I really like this AI search. I don't use ChatGPT, but I like this one. I'm a bit of a Microsoft fanboy. I'll be real. Let me quickly group my tab. AI search. Okay, so I want to ask Copilot. Let me minimize this. I'm going to ask my AI search about building a value-based algorithm which pertains towards my own chatbot creation, my prompting tool. Okay, it's quite a comprehensive question. Let's see what happens. So I asked Copilot, I asked my AI search if there are any value-based algorithms that drive search, and if my AI search could list four algorithmic approaches to drive a general search feature that has already been developed. It's quite a tough question, but obviously AI is quite good at like this science stuff. Yeah, so this is what I was trying to get at, guys. So algorithms that evaluate and rank items. So in this case, like my Telegram prompting, which would is like my Telegram prompting is semantically driven, but based on computed values. So um, in my case, like score, isn't it? So each semantic has like a score or a metric, and then like C# can then better process a metric than a semantic tag, right? So I've got linear search here, I've got binary search, hash-based search, and value-based reinforcement learning methods. Okay, this number four sounds really like tough. Let's see. Okay, let's start from the top. Linear search. Okay, it seems quite simple. So a simple scan through all items, assigning or checking values sequentially. So it's almost like using indexing for like a for loop to, excuse me. It's like if I have a, yeah, it's like using for loops and indexing. But what's binary search? Hash-based search? Heard of this one. Now I'm going to follow up with this. Let's see, which one do I want to kind of break down? Probably number four. So I've asked my AI search if my AI search could break down system flow of a very simple value-based reinforcement learning model. Interesting. The statistics. Might have to look into this one. .NET Friendly Pseudo Guide. this is what makes this kind of reinforcement search really strong. Like my agent, my AI agent doesn't have any reference. All the search is learned through interaction with my like prompts and keywords and values ascertained. Alright, it's gonna be really fun. So I'm gonna keep this really simple. I need my notes. So okay, so because my model, my agent basically is my AI agent. Let's just say my AI agent for now. My AI agent is learning on the go. So I'm not even going to predetermine keyword tags per se. Tag values would be assigned. I don't know, like, because I really want to step away from like relying on reference and rely on training instead. I want to rely on training. Interesting. So let's say I have some functions. Function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4. Let's go up to function 5. This. Function. Functions. And then I'll be like, developer provided tag, or prompt rather. Telefy, please script a simple customer journey. Please ask users if they would like to purchase let's just say a game title, and then ask basically my Telegram user to select one title from a list of 2, something like that. So developer provide a prompt. So what my search has to do, because this is essentially, I'm building search, right? Search provides like search results, generally speaking. So if I search MSDN, I get MSDN. In the context of Telefy, if I search for a functionality, I return a functionality, a feature, right? So Telefy feature breakdown. Rather, Telefy feature search, let me say breakdown. Things can get really complex here. I'm gonna try and keep things as simple as possible with like simple examples. So okay, let me see. Remember guys, everything, I really want to emphasize training. So I could have a reference, like a reservoir of reference tags to get Telefy going. So stuff like Telefy, script. So let's say, okay, let's say like reservoir tags. I can say Telefy, what else? I say script. I say customer. I say journey. something like that. And then these have values, and I'm gonna give these arbitrary values actually. I don't want to give them like, I don't want to index these. So let's just say 124. It's just arbitrary. 62. 17. Let's say 2. Actually, no. I'll say like 90. That'd be like 42. So Telefy, I don't want Telefy to really process semantics as much as Telefy is processing values, right? Is that a 9 or a G? I'm sure that's a 9. It looks like a G. Okay, just my script. What's it called? I don't know, my font. Okay, so at this point, okay, so now here's where things are interesting. So each function also has like a value or some kind of tag. So I'll be like function 1. I don't know if this is correct. Because I need to correlate tags to functions, right? So there needs to be some kind of logic behind the values as well, which is interesting. So I could say like, I could have like a rule. So let's just say, it could be like rules, maybe, not sure. And I can be like, values between 0 and 10 pertain towards, I don't know, messaging, Telegram users. Values between 11 and 20 pertain towards, I don't know, someone else. Authenticating bot sessions, let's say like that. So I'll keep this simple. Messaging. So this value could be like 1. Customers could be like 4. Journey. This is a very simplistic example, guys. It could be 9. Telefy, I would say Telefy should be like 19. So the rules here, the values 0 to 10, if I have values between 0 and 10, I have script, customer journey. So I can say, okay, I know, okay, cool. Let me just slow down. So function 1 could be literally, just so we know what's going on, a send message to Telegram user async. This could be, I don't know, construct Telegram bot client class. And then each of these, my functions should have a value. So this may have a value of 4. Let's just say 4 for now. And this one might have a value of 12. Actually, I'm only 14. Now make it 19. Okay. And we'll just focus on these two. Okay. Actually, let's see what else. Send media to Telegram user. Send media via Telegram. I'm just making up stuff here. Let's say this is number 5. Delete bot. be like what, 17 maybe, 11. And let's just say let's create bot. I'll say like 10. Or is it 10? No, I can't really use 10. 15 is fine. So looking at the rule system here, between 0 and 10 pertains towards messaging users. So 4 is between 0 and 10, 5 is between 0 and 10. So then my agent will then know, okay, Williams is looking to do something regarding messaging Telegram users. But then my AI agent will look at this value, 19, and be like, actually, Williams also wants to do something pertaining towards authenticating bot sessions. This is just an example. So this is where things get really crazy. So I can then have resolution. I can implement some kind of like resolution to the values such that I try to aim for estimated relevance here. So then what ends up happening will be like AI agent workflow. Let me quickly check my time. How am I doing for time? AI agent workflow, and I can be like, okay, cool. If, and this is quite a nice stroke of convenience here, if the values are exactly the same, telefy is 19, and function 2 happens to be 19, stroke of convenience there. So I could be like, if my tags dot value is the same as my function dot value, then I can invoke a function. And this is a estimation, isn't it? My AI agent is not 100% sure if this is the function I want. So in this case, because here I have telefy is 19, and I have a direct correlation here with constructed Telegram bot client, telefy can then estimate that, okay, Williams wants to invoke a Telegram bot client session because 19 is equal to 19, right? So invoke function. Now this is fun because this is where the values come really handy. Because now let's say script. Okay, so script is number 1. So let's see. Contingency 1. Same values checked. And then I'll make another one. Contingency number 2. I'd be like, how's it? I don't even know. I have to see how this works. So let's just say for scripting, this is why, okay, I get it, guys. I think I understand it. The simplest way I would consider implementing this solution is that each tag should correlate to a function. It's very simplistic. And this approach I'm using is probably like this. Me just doing like one-to-one value checking is not the best, but it will get us by for now. So let's just say scripting behavior is actually here, number 1. So I'll get rid of that. So I know, okay, I want to call a script value 1. Then my agent will then look at the function list and say, my agent will be like, oh, here's value 1. What is it? Send message async. So there's a chance that I want to construct a Telegram bot client session. So I want to create a bot session. And then I want to send a message to a user. This is how Telefy is going to understand and learn how to think. Now the thing is, this is where things get really fun. So now, at this point, I want to train my AI agent, right? So all of this process, once my agent starts estimating function invocations, then what I want to do, I may like to implement an XML schema. I want to implement XML schema to store my search results, my search metadata. So then this means that if there's another, so I'll write it out first. So if there are any subsequent prompts from my initial prompt that match previous search branches, then results can be acquired quickly. So guys, this is the challenge of Telefy right now in terms of the bot, like I'd say a slightly advanced bot feature that kind of errs towards artificial intelligence. I'm using agents and models here. So guys, I'm wary of time. I was gonna uncap this. I was gonna try and just continue with this live stream, but it is actually kind of going on. And I really want to prep this. I really want to prepare for this bit, all of this. So I'm going to taper off the stream now. And I'll hopefully be able to stream today, later today. But we can start implementing these features and see what happens. It's going to be really fun. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to taper off the stream. I'm kind of keeping the streams to like an hour these days, aren't I? And yeah, things will get fun from now on. So check out the channel later today. There might be another stream, most hopefully. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye bye.